This is Confessions of a Recovering Narcissistic. Previously, we talked about clients like Fred. We're going to talk about a client named Mike. Much like Fred, he was ready to change. Several sessions got him in the right direction. He ended up not going for more than 6 sessions, but he at least was willing to change. And I ran into him later, and he was better. And the key was, for him, finding the root cause of his narcissistic personality disorder, because he had been through a lot of childhood trauma, adult trauma, heartbreak of the biggest magnitude, joining the military because he was in love with a girl, and then the girl cheated on him when he was in basic training, and all, stuff like that. He also had to move a lot. And for him, the cause was different. And I think more often than not, this might be related. The cause of Mike's personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, was an anger issue. And I have to wonder, when you look at how many people that are full-on narcissistic personality disorder, well, let's call them narcs, shall we? How many narcs lack a sense of humor? Look at all the woke people. They're just a bunch of narcs. And they lack a sense of humor. They're ruining comedy today because of their hypersensitivity. People say it goes back to Marxism and control. Yeah, that might be true. But really, it's like somebody pretending to be something that they're not. And they get really angry when you point out, hey, you're not that. I like these people that spend thousands of dollars to dress up like an animal. I think they call them furries. Hey, guess what? You might dress up to be like a St. Bernard, but you ain't a St. Bernard. Sorry. But then how angry they get when you point out, hey, you're not a St. Bernard. Or what about somebody that is an actor? They're an amateur, but they want to be a professional. And they see themselves as being talented. And when you try and lovingly correct them, yeah, you're good, but you're not that good. How angry they get. I just think it's interesting. Now, what was if that's the diagnosis, and by the way, it was, what causes anger? Most people, when they don't get what they expect, will become angry. Most people, especially boys, when they're fatherless, get angry. What is one of the leading issues of society today, or ailments, or whatever you want to call it, but fatherlessness? And it affects girls too, but especially boys. Because let's face it, a woman cannot teach a man how to be a man, and men know that. It goes both ways. Men can't teach women how to be women. I'm not being sexist here. I'm just pointing out that boys know that. So if they're fatherless, they might look to other fathers and how to be a man. But ultimately, they get pretty pissed off when they're fatherless. All right. So let's say that that's right, and it was for this guy named Mike. Name has been changed to protect the innocent. All right. What is something that will squelch anger? You might ask yourself that. Anger is a pretty strong emotion. Gratitude. There is nothing that will help somebody soothe their soul than in choosing gratitude. I don't care who you are, or what your background, or what you've been through. And there are some people that have been through so much in their family of origin that they can only find one or two fond memories of their biological parents. Think about that. Somebody grows up to be in their mid-20s. They can only think of one or two good memories. But you know what? Gratitude says you ignore the pain and you hold on to the good. And the only thing stronger than gratitude is envy. So guess what? If you want to fix your anger problems, get rid of anger, be content with what you've got. Choose gratitude. Find something. Even just being grateful that you live in the country that you live in. Being grateful that you've got a job. Being grateful that you have food on the table. Gratitude is an art, and it's been lost. But so many people would fix much of what ails them. Because guess what? If it's anger that's causing the narcissistic personality disorder, there's other things that are being thrown in there too, especially histrionic. Histrionic is a weird personality disorder. We can get into that some other time, but I'm sure you can do a quick search on the internet or figure out what the traits are of that. And by the way, if somebody has been diagnosed with a personality disorder, it ain't just got one. They usually got at least three. So look around for the other ones. It might be obsessive compulsive. It might be a little bit of schizoid. I mean, but there's something else going on there too, especially on the dark spectrum. But again, there is hope. Don't let people tell you that there's not. But you have to want it. If you're worried about yourself, if you're tired of people pulling away from you for no reason, if you're tired of the effort and energy needed to put up a front, that is where you start. This is Confessions of a Recovering Narcissistic. My name is Maximus. Thank you very much.